Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some great phrasal verbs, so let's get started. First, let's talk about these two words, fog and foggy. Fog is a noun. This is fog. And foggy is an adjective. I can say it's foggy. It is, together, it's. It's foggy outside. Now let's talk about the phrasal verb, fog up. Link the sounds. Fog up, fog up. It's a phrasal verb, so you stress both words. Fog up. Not fog up, but fog up. And what does it mean? Her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. Again, her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. She breathes, and the breath fogs up her glasses. Again, her breath fogs up her glasses. So I can say her glasses fog up. Or I can use the adjective fogged up with the verb get. Her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Pronunciation is important. Get fogged up. We have to use the aw sound like call and ball, fog, fogged. We have to use the voiced g sound, fog, plus the voiced d sound, fogged up. Link the sounds. Her glasses get fogged up, fogged up. Be careful, because if you mispronounce this, it can be a bad word. Again, not f, but fa, fogged up. And don't make the k-t sound, ukt, ukt. That's a bad word. We have to use the open vowel aw and the voiced g and d, fogged up. To help with pronunciation, link the d sound to the second word up, so you have dup. Together, fogged up. Her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Let's practice. Do her glasses fog up when she wears a mask? That's right, her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. Does her breath fog up her glasses? That's right, her breath fogs up her glasses. Do her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask? That's right, her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Another example, the windows. The windows fog up when it's cold outside. Or I can say the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside. Let's practice. Do the windows fog up when it's cold outside? That's right, the windows fog up when it's cold outside. Do the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside? That's right, the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside. So now we know the difference. We have fog, the noun. We have foggy, the adjective, it's foggy outside, and we have the phrasal verb fog up, and the adjective form fogged up, using the verb get fogged up. So keep watching to learn more great phrasal verbs. First, let's start with the base verb. Dry is the verb. It's also an adjective I can describe. I can say the clothes are wet, and the opposite, the clothes are dry. That is an adjective. Example of the verb. The clothes are in the washer, and when the clothes come out of the washer, they're wet. So I need to dry the clothes. Dry is the verb. I can dry the clothes in the dryer, or I can dry them a different way. I can dry my clothes on this. This is called a clothesline. I can dry my clothes on the clothesline. Don't forget these. These are called clothespins. You need clothespins if you dry your clothes on the clothesline. Example, she likes to dry her clothes on the clothesline. What about you? Do you like to dry your clothes on the clothesline? Very good. Let's practice. Does she like to dry her clothes on the clothesline? That's right. She likes to dry her clothes on the clothesline. Now let's talk about you. After you take a shower, you're wet. So you need to dry yourself? We don't say that. You need to dry your body? We don't say that either. We have a phrasal verb for this situation. We say dry off. After you take a bath, you need to dry off. After you take a bath or a shower, you have to dry off. You need a towel to dry off after you take a shower. Let's practice. Does he need to dry off after the shower? That's right. He needs to dry off after the shower. Does he need a towel to dry off? That's right. He needs a towel to dry off. After you go swimming, you need to dry off. But you have options. You can dry off with a towel, or you can dry off in the sun. They are drying off in the sun. They prefer to dry off in the sun. They don't need towels to dry off. They can dry off in the sun. Let's practice. Do they need towels to dry off? That's right. They don't need towels to dry off. Can they dry off in the sun? That's right. They can dry off in the sun. You can also dry off other things. For example, my dog. After I give my dog a bath, I need to dry my dog off. Or dry off my dog. This is a separable phrasal verb. So I can put the dog in the middle, dry the dog off. Or I can put the dog at the end, dry off the dog. But if I use a pronoun, the dog is a boy, so I say him. I have to put him, the pronoun, in the middle. Dry him off. I cannot say dry off him. So after I give my dog a bath, I need to dry him off with a towel. Not my towel. He has his own towel. So after you give the dog a bath, you need to dry him off. Let's practice. After you give the dog a bath, do you need to dry him off? That's right. After you give the dog a bath, you need to dry him off. We can also use dry off when we talk about flat surfaces, like dishes or the counter or the table. You can say, I need to dry the dishes or I need to dry off the dishes. People say both. Let's practice. Do they need to dry off the dishes? That's right. They need to dry off the dishes. Or if there's water on the counter, you need a towel to dry off the counter. I can use a towel to dry off the counter. Let's practice. Can you use a towel to dry off the counter? That's right. You can use a towel to dry off the counter. Now let's talk about this phrasal verb, dry out. We use the phrasal verb dry out to talk about something that is not supposed to be dry, or to dry something completely. Example, the turkey. I cooked the turkey too long, and now the turkey is dry. I can say the turkey is dry, or I can use this phrasal verb. The turkey is dried out. Let's talk about pronunciation. Remember, dr together makes a j sound like juice and jump. Dry. I changed the verb into an adjective with ed, dried. Dried out. I link the sounds with a fast d in the middle. Dried out. Dried out. The turkey is dried out because I cooked it too long. The meat is not supposed to be dry. It's supposed to be moist, but it's not. So I can use the phrasal verb, the turkey is dried out. It's not good. Let's practice. What happened? Did he cook the turkey too long? That's right. He cooked the turkey too long. Is the turkey dried out now? That's right. The turkey is dried out now. Another example. The soil. This is soil. When we talk about dirt or earth, we say soil. And the soil is not supposed to be dry. It's supposed to have water in it. So when it doesn't, we say it's dried out. When the soil is dried out, it's not good for the plants. It's not good for the trees. And what is the reason? The hot weather. The hot weather will dry out the soil in the summer. That's right. The hot weather will dry out the soil in the summer. It's not good for plants or trees. Let's practice. Will the hot weather dry out the soil in the summer? That's right. The hot weather will dry out the soil in the summer. Another example, your skin. Your skin is not supposed to be dry, but in the winter, the cold wind will dry out your skin, and it's not good. Let's practice. In the winter, can the cold wind dry out your skin? That's right. In winter, the cold wind can dry out your skin. Another example, makeup. You can have makeup containers for a long time, and after they get really old, the makeup will dry out. It's dry and it's not supposed to be. Let's practice. What happens to really old makeup? Can it dry out? That's right. It can get old and dry out. Another meaning of dry out that you will find in dictionaries is to stop drinking alcohol. Someone goes away to stop drinking alcohol because they have a problem and they dry out. This is not used anymore. This is an old expression. You might see it in an old movie, but it's not common anymore. For this situation, we say get sober. If somebody is drinking too much alcohol and they need to stop, they need to get sober. Don't use dry out. It's an old expression. We don't use it anymore. Now let's talk about dry up. Pronunciation, dry up. To link the vowel I, dry, to the short in up, we need a sound in the middle, y. Dry, dry up, dry up. Dry up means to evaporate or disappear, usually talking about water. Example, the river. The river dried up. What happened to the water in the river? It disappeared. It evaporated over time. So we use the phrasal verb dry up. What happened to the river? It dried up. There's no more water. Let's practice. What happened to the river? Did it dry up? That's right, the river dried up. Or a pond. There was a pond here, but now it's gone. It disappeared. It evaporated. So we use the phrasal verb dried up. What happened to the pond? Did the pond dry up? That's right, the pond dried up. There's a wet floor sign. Is the floor still wet? I saw a puddle of water on the floor earlier. Oh no, the puddle is gone. What happened? Did somebody clean it? No, it evaporated. It dried up. There's no more puddle because the puddle dried up. Let's practice. Is there still a puddle on the floor or did it dry up? That's right. There's no more puddle on the floor. It dried up. This is a well, and sometimes the water will evaporate and there's no more water in the well. So use the phrasal verb dry up. In the past, dried. The well dried up. There's no more water in the well. Let's practice. Is there any more water in the well, or did the well dry up? That's right. There's no more water in the well. The well dried up. And water is a resource. It's an important resource. So sometimes we use this phrasal verb to talk about other resources. Example, money. That's right. Sometimes you'll hear people use the phrasal verb dry up to refer to money disappearing. Your resource, your income, your revenue can dry up. Example, he was making a lot of money. He had a lot of customers, but then his revenue, his income, his money dried up. Let's practice. What happened? Did his revenue dry up? That's right. His revenue dried up. So remember, dry is a verb and an adjective. And sometimes we need a phrasal verb like dry up, dry off, or dry out. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.